So I can't help myself. I really love to bake, and I still have some fruit left. So I'm going to cut up those pears and combine those with some of my homemade sea salt caramel sauce. And I'm going to create like a fruit base. And then I'm going to make a pound cake. And I'm going to put that at the bottom of my pound cake. I just like to bake. I like to experiment in the kitchen. So I have the ingredients and I have the desire to do it. And I'm going to make the time to do it. So figured might as well grab this camera and record it, because why not? Why not? I like it. Maybe you'll like it too. Sea salt, pear, sea salt caramel pound cake. I'll figure out how it all goes together. I don't know right now, but those are the things I'm working with. I'm gonna make a pound cake. I have fresh pears and I have sea salt caramel. Doesn't that sound good? Sounds like that's a winning combination, don't you think? Okay, do I hear some grumbling bellies? It's time to get started. I'm going to take these juicy pears and dice them up and put them in the pan, and then top them with my homemade sea salt caramel sauce. I hope you guys were able to get yourself some of that when I was selling it this past December. Anyway, back to what I'm doing now. Let me stay focused. So, as I put this in the pan, initially you can see that it's a little bit loose. It's because the pears are releasing their juices. But as those natural juices cook out, it will thicken up. And at this stage, you can see that I've created like a compote. I'm not quite sure what to call it, but it's like my fruit puree. And it's what I want to use as the base of this pound cake. It's the base, but you know what? I'm going to flip it over and it's going to become the top. So I'm putting it in at the bottom of my bundt pan, of my tube pan. And now I'm going to start making the homemade pound cake. The flavor of this pound cake is going to fare on the side of being neutral. I think that the fruit will give enough flavor that I won't have to use too many different extracts in this cake. So, you know the drill with making a cake. We're going to sift the flour, put 3 cups of flour, put some baking powder into the mix, some salt into the mix. We need 6 eggs, 2 sticks of butter, and 3 cups of sugar. As you can see, I'm just going through the steps of blending everything to make this cake delicious. The one thing about a pound cake mixture is that the batter is very thick. It's a dense batter. So you're going to need 2 hands if you're using a hand mixer to hold on to this. Or if you're using your stand mixer, that'll save you some energy and some effort. So I just mixed this up in stages because I did not want to overwhelm and overmix my batter. So I did it in thirds. I would add a little bit of the flour, make sure it was well incorporated, add another batch of the flour, make sure it's well incorporated, and then mix it all up. And as I was saying earlier, you can see that this batter is very thick. So now it's time for me to transfer my batter into my tube pan on top of my fruit compote bottom. I want to do this carefully because I don't want to get any on the side. So I'm going to work slow and deliberately so that I could carefully get this cake batter into the middle of the tube pan. Now I've already thoroughly greased and floured this pan so that it won't stick on the sides. But I'm going to take time, get this into the tube pan, and then put this cake in the oven set to 325 degrees, and it needs to cook for about an hour and a half. It takes a long time, so I hope you're not in a rush, but it's well worth the time that you have to wait.
Or you just don't know, trying to bake
and film at the same time is difficult. And since this is a one-woman kind of show today while I'm baking this cake, I had to do most of the work and just go back and then get the footage. So I've put the cake batter inside of my pan, my cake pan, and I made sure to do it carefully so that I did not disturb the pear caramel bottom. And so now it's in the pan, it's leveled, and I'm going to put it in the oven now. So, FYI, that's my, what do you call it? That's my PSA for today. It sure felt like an eternity, but in actuality, it was only an hour and 30 minutes. And this house smells divine. I cannot wait to get inside. I cannot wait to cut inside this cake. I want a big bite right now. I hope no one around me is on a diet because I will be sharing this with my friends. So, who wants a slice? Look at that. Gosh, so delicious, so moist. It smells so good. Yummy. Thank you so much for watching this episode. And you know me, as much as I like to cook, there will be more videos coming. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.